Hello Scorpios, it's Sonia of True Light Guide bringing you your August 2018 angel reading and energy forecast. And wow, oh wow, some cool energies coming for you in the way of love and career. Sorry this is a little late, but there's two good reasons for it. Number one, I finally finished my Energy Foundations course. This is Tools for Empath and Manifesting Mastery. And the second is that August 11th is a final eclipse out of the eclipse season. Okay, it's the final of the three. And that is going to bring through special energy that is really important. So this reading is coming to you at this time, just before the eclipses, to give you the right guidance and information so that it carries you through that and for the easiest and best potential. With each of your readings, you're going to get a single card, which is really what you're going to be dealt with. This is what's coming to you. Now, it's really about how you choose to respond to that. You can either make this an obstacle with an outside power struggle and, trying to control other people and situations, or you step into your personal power, okay? Understand that your power comes from your connection to your spirit and universe, that it's about the control you have over the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the decisions you make, and the actions you take. And guess what? Decisions is a big deal for you. So, with that in mind, the second card is going to give you guidance on how to make this an opportunity, right? You're going to get this, whether you want it or not. This is how you make it the right opportunity for you. Ultimately, then, we're going to give you the card of the outcome. What if you were to follow this advice? What is this going to bring about for you? So they're saying we're trying to avoid a couple of things for you, so really listen up. Touching into the astrology, we do have, again, the August 11th eclipse, okay? It's going to really ask us to set big goals, but ultimately, what are you willing to give up in order to get what you want, right? For some of you, you're having to ask the question, am I willing to pay the price for the outcome? So it could be like this much work to get that much extra reward, and they're like, is that really what you're ready and willing to do? Or is it that you need to do something else? For some of you, you're looking at, a large energy expenditure to create a change. But what's happening with that is you're actually better off with another course of action. The reason you feel like you need to do all of this is because you don't feel confident in yourself. So building core confidence and then taking action so that you put more energy into here and less energy into the actions out there. You're going to have a better result for that, okay? And guess what? We're going to see that in in the eclipse energy. Mercury is going to be in retrograde until August 18th, and then finally Mars is in retrograde till August 27th. So Mercury, the planet of the mind, I feel like some X's are starting to pop up for some of you, okay? We're going to touch on that when we get to your love reading. And for others, the boundaries, especially in the way of your career, are incredibly important, and you're having resistance to it, okay? So let's get to it. So we will be touching on the solar eclipse energy. What is it going to do for you? We'll touch on your love life, your career, and personal growth. So to begin, the eclipse. It's actually about where you have great passion. You feel very passionate. You have a lot of great love for things in your life. And they say, look at life like there's so much to be amazed and wonderful, and it's this dreamy energy. But they're saying that you're using that sense of anything's possible to avoid the pain. You're avoiding what is making you uncomfortable. And guess what? You need to go through your discomfort. Yeah, I'm going to go to the course. So, and the course was designed for this. So for some of you, what you're doing is you're using your dreaming as a way of avoiding how uncomfortable you are with your current situation. And what you need to do, because what happens is you create an energy block, okay? An energy block is an emotion that needs to be felt and a lesson that needs to be integrated. Okay, you need to be here present now, because that is where your real power is. If you're always daydreaming and thinking in the future, then all your energy and power is there, which you can't access or get to yet, instead of being present. So in order to do that, you have to release your past, because to be present, you're having to deal with whatever you're feeling, okay? The Energy Foundation course helps you to do that in a very gentle, compassionate way. You're able to process what's going on with yourself on a day-to-day basis without it manifesting more negative outcomes. It helps you to do it in a way that also builds within you a core confidence. What this means is Okay, I'll go to that analogy. They're saying here that it's about living from the full cup. That's the analogy I like to use. And it's not about what you're putting in the cup, but rather that the cup is, complete and it doesn't have any holes in it. When you got a hole in your cup, no matter what life pours into you, it just seems to pour out. Okay? For you, you're trying to use and to plug that hole, what you're using is this dream, this aspiration that you have to kind of plug the hole. But when you feel powerless to achieving your dream, you experience that original heartbreak again, and suddenly all the energy you put in there, it just pours out. Okay? And how you feel about yourself is negative, how you feel about your overall life is negative because of one situation that's not working out for you. The Energy Foundation course helps you to close the cup and give yourself what you need so you're not relying on outside sources and circumstances. Through laws of attraction, when you feel it here, the world's going to bring that to you. You're going to be a magnet for it. So you have to give that to yourself and not use your dream to fill that original heartbreak, that original sense of loss or I can't have. Okay? You're having to heal that yourself. If you're trying to use your dream to fill it, it'll never come to you. The minute you heal that yourself and you stop needing that dream, right, to give that to you, it's kind of like, oh, well, this is filled, so if it doesn't come through, oh well. I'm still going to be responsible and take my actions, but ultimately what happens is you become a magnet for it in the now, and you stop having to relive that heartache of not having. If you're interested, the course link will be in the details below. If you don't find it, then just simply leave a comment and I'll be more than happy to give you the details and link there. So if you were to follow that, you can stay determined, move forward, and see that your community changes. So where you didn't feel supported, loved, connected before, that's going to change. Okay, so that is leading us right into your love life. So we're going to go right there. And it says a situation's not serving you. Some of you are ready to leave a certain relationship that you're in. Some of this is not just romance. This is like friends, setting better boundaries or maybe spending less time with certain family members. And for others, it's the ex that comes in. Okay, and they're saying it's about releasing yourself from the outcome. Guess what? If you fill your space, trying to fill that space with something outside you isn't as important because it's like, oh, I don't feel so discomfort anymore. I was using that to cover up the pain. It's like, no, that's gone and I can release myself from the outcome because I can ask for it, but I'm going to be okay if I don't have it. How do you step into that opportunity? Life is going to bring that to you, regardless if you want it or not. To make this the best opportunities to have peace. What's happened in the past is done and the future has yet to be determined. Live from today. Does the emotion I'm feeling really resonate with the actions, the actual outcomes of today? Not all the past, not all the future, but this 24-hour period. Okay? Let go and let God. That is the card of advice. This is a higher arcana. This is a big change. That's also going to come through in the way of your career as well. So that's going to be interesting. Really, really big, deep soul healing here for you. And step into it because it's well worth the work, okay? The outcome is that, yes, you're going to understand that you don't have all the answers. You don't have all the pieces. There's some room in your life for new people, but you feel comfortable with the space so that you don't just allow anybody who's willing to give you attention enter your, social group. Now you're waiting for the right quality of people to enter your world. It sounds well worth it, I would say. In the way of your career, there is need for detox. You need to meditate, process. You're taking on too much emotional energy in your work, and it's deteriorating you. Your sense of self-worth is really being deteriorated in your workplace. And the advice for that is, what can you do? Is there's an epiphany to come, but that will come through meditation. So we see two cards of meditation to help you focus on, healing your relationship with work itself. That is what you're doing. You're healing your knowledge, your belief, your relationship with work and workplaces. And what will happen is that you're going to get the answer that you've been looking for. That is going to lead you to a place where you're going to have to deal with a big resistance that you have. Some of you have been in the same job for, I hear 12 years, congratulations, but it's not the right place for you anymore. That dynamic, that environment has changed. Or rather, I feel like the world out there has changed, but your workplace is kind of archaic in the way that they treat you. You're going to have to be willing to do your own work and change up yourself in your situation and not wait for all of that to change. Do you understand? You're still waiting on all that to finally catch up and give you what you want, and they're saying it's going to have to come from here, okay? And that comes from a place of self-worth, okay? That eclipse energy that really filters through, saying like, you're being called to heal this, you're being resistant to it, but like, set yourself up so that you can really get the information, the guidance you need. Even if you're not taking action yet, get the knowledge, get the answer. So what do you need for your personal growth? Now that you've dealt with your relationships and your career, what do you need to feel fulfilled? For yourself, it's really about making decisions, clear decisions, and stop over analyzing things. You're putting too much weight on one decision, okay? This would be like, I need to know 100% that job's going to be perfect for me before I go. You're putting too much responsibility on that. When if you need to leave your workplace, that's your responsibility. Don't put all the responsibility on someone else by saying, and or another job by saying, unless it's 100% perfect, and I put all my responsibility on it to prove me that no. They're saying you're being faced with the place of needing to make decisions based on your needs and understanding the actions that will be needed to be taken, because it is about stepping in your own power and not giving it away to other people. Where you felt powerless, they're asking you to feel powerful, okay? Take back your power, understand where your power really lies. It's not out there with changing or waiting for other people to change in circumstances. Happiness is 90% internal and 10% what happens to us. That's what they've discovered through a study. And that's a hard pill to swallow, especially because life hasn't been fair to you. But it's about getting back to you and loving who you've been and feeling good about who you are as a person. And then, feeling like, you know what? I feel bad about how you're treating me, but I'm not letting that change how I feel about myself. And I'm not going to let it make me feel bad about the results you created, because I feel good about the ones that I was going after because I spoke and worked with integrity, okay? Really check out my course. I feel like it would be perfect for you. The outcome, if you do, is this beautiful card, this really wonderful card, and this message, which is Queen of Gabriel, saying, like, you're going to be more passionate and charming and bringing yourself authentically to the world. But it says you can do anything right now. You're really going to actually feel it, not using a dream state, but feeling in the now that you've accomplished becoming a person that's amazing, and that you're tired of being invisible, and you're ready to heal the relationship within yourself, which is the first part. And step 2 is then to heal the relationship you have with the outside world, okay? And that's why you're getting that healing and that knowledge in your workplace. Okay, so as you go through that, helpful people will start entering your world to give you the guidance, to give you information, to help you grow so that you become the person that ultimately has what you want in your own life. If you want to learn more about working with your own energy base, I'd highly recommend either, number 1, you can book an angel reading with me where I can identify accurately where you've been, where you are, and where you're currently headed, and then divine any guidance from your angels to help you understand what you need to do to be happy and achieve your goals. If you're interested in online training, I highly recommend, if you're looking for that new tool and skill set to learn how to process your negative emotions and your thoughts, get into a place of self-confidence that isn't dependent on outside circumstances, but rather who you're showing up to the world as, who you are being, then I would highly recommend that you check out my Energy Foundations course. You can get the full description and information about that at Gumroad, details and link below. If you don't find it in the description, just simply leave a comment and I'd be more than happy to reply to you with the information that you need. So if I don't hear from you and we don't meet up in any way, I look forward to meeting you again all in September. So ciao for now.